currently is in Saipan, with a lot of developing news over there. Do you want to start with what's happening in Tinian?
Yes, Bree and Chris, Jason, Joser, just receiving news early this morning of 43 additional cases in the NMI. That brings the total case count to 855 since March of last year. There remain 6 individuals hospitalized as a result of COVID-19, 5 unvaccinated, 1 vaccinated. We also wanted to share that just this morning we also received confirmation that there are now 4 cases on Tinian. One case was found through community-based testing, and 3 via contact tracing. We're going to be interviewing the mayor of Tinian, Mayor Adan, this afternoon, and we'll have more on prime time. But we did want to share a recent interview we did with the CEO of the Public Health Hospital just a few days ago, where she addresses this outbreak that's happening in this CMI.
So at this point, so at this point, I don't know what to say about the messaging really is, if we can try to convince others to get vaccinated and especially masking up. The question that was asked a while back was, or the last presser that we responded to was about individuals, about the cluster. Is this a cluster? Any connection with the cluster? It's already widespread. We can already see that.
Share some of the latest numbers, speaking of vaccinations for both Rhoda and Tinian. Of course, when we learned of the surge on Saipan, one of the first questions we asked was, what does this mean for Rhoda and Tinian? We do know that as of this morning, on Tinian, 65.3% of their eligible population are fully vaccinated. Those breakdown include around 1,788 people who received a first or single dose. And we also wanted to share 1,654 people on Tinian are fully vaccinated. Again, as of this morning, that's amounting to about 65.3%. On the island of Rhoda, 76.8% of its population is fully vaccinated. That amounts to around 1,590 receiving a first or single dose. And the other one, fully vaccinated, 1,466. Again, that amounting to about 76.8%. And for our viewers who might be listening in from Rhoda and Tinian, wanted to share some of the free COVID-19 testing information. On Rhoda, you can go to the Rhoda Health Center from Monday to Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. or Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. And if you're on Tinian, you can get tested for free Monday to Friday, 1 to 2 p.m., Saturday, 12:30 to 2:30 at the Tinian Health Center. Again, we're expecting to hear from the governor's COVID-19 task force on some possible social restrictions that will take place in the coming days or weeks, given this surge of COVID-19 in the CNMI since October, just about a month ago. And also wanted to provide the latest in terms of booster shots here in the CNMI. Yesterday, the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation shared that currently only J&J booster shots are available. However, this Friday, they're receiving a shipment of 1,170 doses, which equals about 585 complete vaccination series. We do want to emphasize amid this news of one of the first cases on Tinian and the concerns growing for Rhoda, that testing and vaccines are available on both islands. However, we've also heard concerns from the local leadership there. The mayor of Rhoda actually proposing that people get tested on Saipan at least 72 hours before heading to Rhoda and Tinian. I don't think it's news to anyone that the hospital here in the CNMI only really does exist on Saipan physically. And so this is why for Rhoda and Tinian, they have the health centers, but obviously not the same access to healthcare like other locales might have. And so I wanted to share that again, sharing at least 4 cases on Tinian now, 1 found through the community-based testing and 3 through contact tracing.
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up on Tinian because you very rarely, I don't recall hearing there being a case there in the past. So is there any word on how COVID got in Tinian? The employee, I think you mentioned earlier, we reported earlier that it was a judiciary employee. Has there been any word on whether this employee had traveled?
No official word yet, though. People can't help but, point out the fact that travel does still occur between Saipan, Rota, and Tinian. We've had a lot of focus on the border at Saipan in terms of incoming travel and how quarantine has changed there. And so now what we're seeing is maybe a shift from local leadership to talk about what would it look like to travel to the different islands now. Residents online saying that they'd like to see some sort of testing before people travel to the other islands as well. But we have yet to hear any official information about any travel history. But it is safe to say that people are concerned about flights coming in and out. And we, of course, are going to be interviewing Mayor Edwin Aldan from Tinian, and we're reaching out to the Rota Mayor's office for a full story tonight because, these, Rota and Tinian haven't had COVID in the same way that other jurisdictions have, and so far all of the cases that we've been reporting on for the past 2 years have been on the island of Saipan. It is concerning.
Has the Omicron variant news, has it maybe forced any type of early pivot by or are they just dealing with this current surge?
What we know is that restrictions are coming. The nature, the scope, the range is unclear. We've asked at previous press conferences what the threshold would be, what the trigger point would be. They said they're taking it by a case-by-case basis, and they also said that they trust the community to do what they have to do. That message might be changing soon given these cases. We also know that we've been reporting on the school reopenings. People, split opinions based on the public school system survey in terms of whether or not they feel safe to go to school. This is definitely a surge in the CNMI, and as we heard from the chief hospital CEO there, it's widespread, at least on Saipan. And tonight at 5:30, we're actually also going to, KUM will be attending the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation board meeting where they'll be deciding on the vaccine mandate for school children. So lots of news in terms of vaccines, COVID, and just the overall response. Obviously, one of the big concerns that is echoed, throughout the region on Guam as well is how do we approach this and not choke businesses, not make businesses suffer. And I think that's one of the biggest conversations happening now as well. Obviously, the public health response also being focused on. So we'll continue to bring you the latest as we learn about it. As of right now, no confirmed cases on Rota, though. So.
Good news. Tomas, thank you so much.
Thanks, Tomas.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we're coming back with Superintendent John Fernandez next, right here on The Link. Good morning.
It's time to save on shipping. Support our local entrepreneurs. Find the best steals, deals, and unique products for your holiday shopping needs. The Christmas Pops virtual holiday marketplace is your hub for the best local